Thank you, Zoe. Thank you for answering that question for me. You know how much I hate that question. As a matter of fact, I'm writing Hello Talk right now just to tell them, to remind them again, please, please, please get rid of that. What's the topic button? Okay, if you have a question, you should ask it. I'm here. Let's talk. I don't really feel like being here today, but I'm here. What's the topic? You've been waiting for an hour? Well, if you pay me, then you can tell me when I can be here. If you don't pay me, then you don't get to tell me when to be here. I am here in the morning. Sometime. Sometime in the morning I am here. Sometime between 9 and 10:30, I'm here. Okay? But I don't have a schedule because I don't make money. Okay? I have to teach private lessons where I get paid money. They pay me money. And so I have to schedule private lessons in the morning. So some mornings I have lessons and I have to do my stream later. Okay? So you get what you get. Or I should say, you get what you pay for. Do you know that idiom? That's an English idiom. You get what you pay for. Okay. Hello, Islam. Good to see you. Why can't we use to after the gerund? You can. Going to, seeing to, walking to, writing to. You can. Who told you you can't? Thank you, Islam. Hello, Majda. I know you're grateful. I know you're grateful. I know everybody's grateful for my time and efforts. But just remember, I have to make a living. I have to work. And so, this is not the priority all the time. Okay? Putting food in my belly is a priority sometimes. Okay, let's see. Hello, Carmita. I like that name. Hello, Gina, who's new here. You like the topic about famous quotes from various great people of all time as told by teacher Mark. Okay, I've never had a topic like that, but you're right. I do use a lot of quotes. I do use a lot of quotes. So, sure. Maybe you can give me a topic or a person or a time period, and maybe I can give you some quotes that you would like from that time period, okay, or from that person or from that topic. Can I talk about the changes that will occur in the American lottery? If you're talking about immigration, I have no idea. I'm just a normal person. Why would a normal person know anything about any of that? And right now, no one knows anything about immigration because everything is changing and all the rules are now different. And so what I would say is it doesn't matter what anybody tells you right now because 6 months from now it might be different. Okay? If that's what you're talking about. But really, I don't know anything about it. Hello Elshan, hello Raham. Watching 2TV. No. Now I see what you're saying. So, here's the rule. The rule is if you use the word to, then you don't use ing. But it's not after, it's before. To watch. So I could say I like watching TV, or I could say I like to watch TV. When I say to watch, there's no ing. To watch, to walk, to see, to go, to eat. Okay? But if there's no to, then I say I like walking, going, writing, doing, ing. So the rule is if you use the word to before it, before the verb, then you don't use ing. Okay? If you don't use to, then you use ing. Okay, that's the general rule. All right? Hello, Amy. Hello, Yashia. Hello, someone. I'm fine, I guess. I'm in a weird mood today. I'm not sure how I feel today. I can't really put my finger on it yet. Hello, Nani and Pirapat. She sleeps in the bedroom. Is it true that the bedroom isn't the object, and the verb sleep is intransitive? Okay. Let's look at that one more time. Are you trying to do sentence diagramming? Is that why you're asking this question? Okay? Because I don't know that this helps you. If you're trying to practice these kinds of questions, like which one is the object and the subject and the verb and the adjective and blah, 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 if you're trying to label sentence structure, okay, then I'll answer that question. But if you're not trying to label sentence structure, then I don't really understand why you need to know that. Because it doesn't matter. She sleeps in the bedroom. What's unclear about that? Why is that unclear? She sleeps in the bedroom. Okay? The bedroom in this case is a place, right? So we're not talking about the bed itself, right? Wait a minute, hold on. Oh. I can't type. So that's called an independent clause. Okay? You have a subject followed by a predicate. See, this is why grammar is stupid. Because this doesn't help anybody. When you explain something and your explanation needs an explanation, it's not helping anyone. So listen, do you want to know what the explanation of this is? Oh, okay, so this is a simple sentence. She sleeps in the bedroom is a simple sentence composed of a single independent clause. One independent clause. Okay? And it has a subject followed by a predicate, which is that contains the verb and a prepositional phrase. But do you understand better now? No, you don't. You don't understand better now. That doesn't help anybody. So please tell me why you need to know that. Do you understand my question? You're labeling sentence structure, you need it urgently. Okay. So, what I would say is you should ask ChatGPT to give you 100 sentences to practice sentence structure labeling. Okay? Ask ChatGPT to help you do this. All right? It's a very boring process, and honestly, it's not as helpful as a lot of people say. Basic sentence structure, of course, that's very useful. Understanding simple basic concepts of grammatical syntax and structure, sure, that's good. But when you start talking about, well, this is an independent clause and it functions as a predicate, and that's why it's a, it doesn't need an object or it's so stupid. It just doesn't make anything better. Okay? But I know you need to know these things for the test. Okay? So the best way to do them is to practice them a lot. All right? That is the best way to do it. And I used to do these with my students all the time. I have a lot of sentence structure worksheets. I have many sentence structure worksheets for labeling. Okay? So what I would suggest is go find more worksheets or go ask ChatGPT to make some. Okay? All right. I don't take it personally. Those kinds of questions are the kinds of things that I find very funny because it's what makes grammar unhelpful. Okay, next question. Pirapat wants to talk to me. Maybe you can after I answer some questions. Yes. Okay. What does accumbens nucleus mean? Well, I know what nucleus is, but I have no idea what accumbens is. I assume that's some sort of a scientific term that I'm not familiar with. The nucleus accumbens is a small brain structure located in the ventral striatum, a part of the basal forebrain. So it's a small part of the brain. Okay? The nucleus accumbens. Or accumbens. Accumbens, I guess is how it's pronounced. Accumbens. Okay. Okay, next question. Govind wants to know, what does past participle mean? See, this is another example. What is a past participle? It means ed. It means ed. It's the past form that uses ed. That's all. It's look becomes looked. Watch becomes watched. Walk becomes walked. Right? It's all the ed words. Those are past participles. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 Gray. Is TESOL in Arizona University good? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Can we write English in short format? What do you mean by that, Sarah? Of course you can, but for what purpose? Why are you asking this question? What do you mean by short format? Why does hit it off mean to get along well? That's a good one. Carl, let me remember. Let's see. So it says that the phrase hit it off comes from the older meaning of the word hit, where the word hit used to mean to meet or to come upon. So the old meaning, a long time ago, the meaning of hit actually meant to meet or to come upon something, like you walked up and found something, you came upon it. Okay? It comes from an Old English word, hitten, or Old Norse word hitta. Yeah, so originally the meaning hit in Old Norse and Old English means to meet or to come upon something. So then it became to hit it off means to meet and to get along well. Okay? Okay, let's see. You always wire things in ing form. You can't help it. You can help it, Sarah. I'll tell you how you can help it. You can help it by practicing that. You need to practice saying things in both forms. I like to eat ice cream. I like eating ice cream. I like to watch TV. I like watching TV. I like to go to the park. I like going to the park. You need to practice saying it both ways, and then you'll know, okay? How to read a book. Start with one word, and then go from there. Then read the next word, and then read the next word. Reading a book begins with reading with words. It's funny, if you ask the native speakers on the street about grammar, the vast majority won't have a clue. That's true. And again, like even I, as a teacher, there are many, many, many parts of grammar that I know, but that I can't remember the rules. So I have to look them up to remind myself exactly what the rule is or what the wording of the rule is, that kind of thing, because grammar is the rules of composition. Composition is the point, not grammar. Just like music. There are some musicians who can talk about music theory really well, but they can't play the music that well. Because they're focused on the thinking and not on the feeling. The same thing is true with language. There are some times when you're focused too much on the thinking and not enough on the feeling. Grammar is one of those cases. All right, let's see. Oh, no, 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 Sarah. Hi. If you are learning English and you are an adult, then no, do not write in short form. Short form is not writing, it's just childish writing. It's not a form of accepted writing, it's just childish. Okay, so if you write like that, right? If you say this, if you write that to me, I think you are 12 or 10, maybe. If you write that, then you are 10. In my mind, I immediately think you are 10. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how old you are. If you are 45 years old and you write that, I think you are immature. What's wrong with you? Write like an adult, especially if you're learning English. If you're trying to learn the language, then write it properly. Don't be stupidly lazy. No one is saving any time by writing that way. So when you write that way, you're not saving time. You are trying to make yourself look younger or seem cooler or something, but I hate it. I hate it. As soon as I see that, I immediately judge you. Okay? All right? And I'm not the only one. Many people will judge you when you write that way. If you want someone to take your... Here's the way. Put it this way. If you want someone else to take you seriously, then you should seem serious. Okay? Don't do it. If you're practicing it wrong, then you're practicing wrong things. Okay? And you're not saving any time. It doesn't save time. Okay? Now, emojis are one thing. Okay, fine, you can use an emoji every once in a while, but never in a business sense. If you're writing something serious, never use an emoji. Okay? Woody says it's personal choice. You're right, Woody, it is personal choice. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you write like that, many, 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 many people will think that either your English is bad, or you are a child, or you are an adult who is as immature as a child. Those are the three things that they will think. Either your English is bad, you're a child, or you are an adult, but you're immature. Okay? Okay, let's see. Now that I've yelled at everyone. Can I recommend some American movies for B2 level? I don't know. That's a good question. I can't think of movies for B2. I think I would say if your level is B2 or lower, then probably simpler movies would be better. Disney level movies, you know? Nothing too difficult, right? So, Disney does have some movies that are a little bit more mature, right? That have a little bit higher level language at times, okay? But not mostly, right? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, please be patient. There are too many questions. Next question was, you learned a new word, horse, but you think it's not easy to remember. Horse, spelled H-O-A-R-S-E, H-O-R-S-E, not H-O-R-S-E. H-O-A-R-S-E is talking about your voice. Usually, it's your voice. My voice is hoarse today, so maybe my voice is very tired. My voice is very hoarse. I have a hoarse voice today. Okay, that's hoarse, means your voice is very tired or sick, kind of. Okay, that's hoarse. Okay, sounds exactly like the word horse, like a horse that you ride. Okay, the animal. Past participle verbs are ed. Then what's the difference between past tense and past participle? Past tense is that past participle is part of past tense. Past tense is the name of the tense. Past participles are used in past tense. Okay? So past participles are the explanation of the ed to be used in the topic of past tense. Okay? Okay, let's see. How can you improve your level of listening in English if your country speaks French? Morgan, the internet, podcasts, TV shows, movies, music. Listen. Fill your world with English. Fill your world with English. Okay? Morgan, if you're a musician and you want to play jazz, then you fill your life with jazz music. You listen to jazz all day, all night. So if you want to be an English speaker, fill your life with English. Okay? Yes, your country speaks French. That's okay. You can still listen to English anytime you want. All right? All right. You just lack daily conversation. Well, that's because you lack daily thinking in English. When do you use neither or either or nor? So neither and nor go together, and either and or go together. Okay? Either is what you say if somebody gives you a choice. Do you want chocolate or vanilla? If you say either, it means chocolate is okay, vanilla is okay. It doesn't matter to you. Either. Okay? If you don't want them, if you don't like chocolate, you don't like vanilla, and they say, would you like chocolate or vanilla? And you say, neither, that means I don't want chocolate or vanilla. Okay? Now, the or and nor thing is just if you say, I like neither chocolate nor vanilla. I like neither chocolate nor vanilla. Okay? So it's a funny way of saying what you don't like by saying I like neither. Okay? I like neither chocolate nor vanilla. Or you could say, would you like chocolate or vanilla? Either or another one is fine too. Either or, neither nor. Okay? All right. Please be patient. Please be patient. Please be patient. What does a lot of meaning in what lot of first class students she taught? So in this case, lot, the word lot originally means a portion or a partition or a part of something, right? So we still use the word lot, Larry, when we're talking about property, about land. I own this lot. Okay, this plot or this lot. Both of them are used often to talk about land. Okay? It comes from the word to allot. To allot means to set aside a portion of something. Okay, so an allotment of something is something that you set aside, a portion of something. So when you say what lot of first-class students she taught, it's kind of weird, but it means what a crazy group, or what an interesting group, or what a great group. Okay, this lot over here is a great group of students. Means this group over here, this part over here. Okay? Okay, let's see. Next question. Hello, Miguel. How are you? Good to see you. Ornella says, our world is already full of abbreviations, and sometimes it makes it really hard to read an article about... Right. Ornella is right. There are already so many real abbreviations in English that it doesn't help when you start abbreviating things that are not supposed to be. Okay? Or your inner child is writing. Okay, but do you let your inner child drive? Do you let your inner child go to the bank for you? Do you let your inner child do your work? You don't, because your inner child is only for things that an inner child is good for. So you shouldn't let your inner child just go wild. Okay? Everybody has an inner child. But being an adult is about knowing how to be in touch with your inner child without letting it control you. That's called maturity. Okay? Okay, I have two very general questions here. What's the best way to improve speaking, and how to improve listening? To improve speaking, you need to speak more. Speak to people on HelloTalk. Speak to native English speakers who live near you. Speak to other people who speak English in your country. Okay? If you know somebody, a friend who speaks English, speak English with them. If you don't know anybody who speaks English, then find somebody and teach them what you know. Teach, teach, teach. Teaching is fantastic practice. Okay? So find a native speaker, or find a non-native speaker, or find someone to teach what you know. Or the fourth way is just talk to yourself, talk to yourself, talk to yourself. Okay? All right, let's see. Power says, I thought it sounded more native. To children, if you're talking about the way of writing, how are you with a little, using numbers and letters and abbreviations, children will think, oh, wow, your English is so good. If you play video games, people will think that you are amazing. I don't play video games because I'm a man. I know that was harsh. That was harsh. How can you improve English listening? Oscar wants to know. Oscar, you must listen to English every day. So find podcasts and live streams, and find YouTube videos or any other kind of video, TikTok videos, right? TV shows, movies, songs. Anything that you can listen to, you should listen to. Okay? Okay, I'm trying to catch up, but it is really hard to keep up. Hoarse voice is often due to laryngitis, or it could be also just from overuse. Anybody who has spoken too much knows what it feels like to have a hoarse voice. Okay. Do I have any English lessons? Yes, I am an English teacher. I do teach private lessons. If you send me a private message, I will talk to you about private lessons. Okay. Do I have tips for learning English? Hi, everybody. My name is Teacher Mark. I am a real English teacher. I have been on HelloTalk for 12 years. I have been streaming here for 5 years, teaching on HelloTalk. I have done over 1,200 live streams, more than 2,000 hours of teaching here. Every live stream I do is on HelloTalk and on YouTube at the same time. I have about 84,000 followers. They follow me because I give tips about learning English, vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, reading, writing, listening, speaking, thinking. I teach all of that. So if you're interested in learning English, then click the follow button and start coming and listening and make notes. Okay? Your husband is from the UK, but you can't manage to practice with him. We always end up speaking Spanish. It's so frustrating. Okay, pal, here's an answer for you. So that means you should talk to your husband. You should express some frustration about this. And you should tell him you would like to have 2 times a week when you can practice English. Maybe you choose one day, right? Every Friday. Friday is English Friday, right? Not Spanish. All right, so on Friday, you guys only speak English to each other, all right? Or maybe you start smaller. Maybe you just say every Monday and Friday for dinner. For dinner. Dinner time is English only. All right, so you can start with creating a time that's English only time. I do this for my students all the time usually it's parents and their kids. I tell them, hey, every Friday, you should speak English in your house. If you want your kids to speak English, then you should speak English. How much do I sleep usually in a day on average? Vadim, it depends. I don't sleep all that well. I would say that on a good day, I get 6 or so hours, 6 or 7 maybe, if I'm lucky. On a normal day, probably more like 5 or 4. On a bad day, less than 4 hours. I've been used to it, though, for decades. Okay, let's see. Do I think it's possible to add a what after the idiom meets the eye? There's more to this than what meets the eye. Yes, Larry. Functionally, you could do that, and it would make more sense. Sometimes, Larry, the way that idioms sound, they sound a little awkward because the way they sound is representative of the way we used to speak. So sometimes we used to speak in a more concise manner like this where we would remove the word what, okay? But you're right, functionally you could put it in there and it works, okay? Okay, let's see, next. Oh, sorry, you said what a lot of first class students. So in this case, what a lot of, that's a weird, again, it's not a correct way to write it or say it. I'm not sure where you saw that, but in that case, a lot of 就是很多学生，很多很棒的学生。Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm almost caught up. Please be patient. Writing is a creative work. Sometimes, yes. Not always. No. When you write the number 2 + 2 = 4, that's not creative, that's math. It's writing. It's still writing. Okay? Sometimes writing is creative, and when it is creative, you can do anything you want, Sarah. When it is creative. But here's the thing, Sarah, if you don't know the rules, then when you break the rules, you're not breaking rules, you just are wrong. Do you understand the difference? That's the funny thing about rules. If you learn the rules and then break the rules, Now you're just being you. But if you're breaking the rules without knowing the rules, now you're just ignorant. You don't know any better. You can't say it's your voice because you don't know any different. So when it's a choice, when you make a conscious choice that I know I should write it this way, but I'm going to choose to write it this way, that is acceptable. That's called writer's license. Okay, author's license. The license means it's your decision. You do what you want. Okay? It's your writing. But when you're writing, in most cases, it's not. It's not about what you want. It's about what you need. Your writing is used to get you something. So, Sarah, for example, let's say that you are in front of a judge. You're in trouble. You got in trouble doing something bad. And now you're in front of a judge. And the judge has asked you to write a letter of apology. You stole something from your local store. And they want you to write a letter of apology. And you write a letter of apology and you do it your way. And you use all the abbreviations and make it really cute and you add lots of emojis. Guess what? If you do that, that's your voice. Okay, great. But your voice is going to get you in trouble. That is a situation where you need to know how to write properly for that situation, right? Okay, let's see. I started teaching English now that I'm teaching beginners. I've been learning more than I did when I was studying. It makes me study in depth. Teaching. Carlos, did you read my blog article about the benefits of teaching? Teaching. When you teach someone, you learn. What about contractions when you're still learning and you see people using them a lot? Some contractions are completely okay, right? So there are some contractions that are acceptable, proper contractions, like could not, couldn't, should not, shouldn't, right? But going to and gonna, it's accepted, but not correct. So if I'm writing a paper for school, I shouldn't use gonna. I should use going to. All right? There are some times when you should be more formal and more correct. And there are some times when you could be more relaxed. You need to know the difference. Okay? Just like a musician. A musician. When I play music, I need to know what kind of music should I be playing in this room. Okay? If these people are having a nice quiet dinner, should I play a lot of heavy rock? If those people are waiting for a heavy rock show, should I play some nice light jazz? No, right? You have to read the room. You have to do what's necessary at that moment. And if you're good, then you can do what is needed. Okay? So what I want is I want you to be able to write properly. And once you can do that, then you can write any way you want. All right? Okay. Thank you, Morgan. All right, you're really working out the kinks. Good for you, Carlos. Thank you, Lou. Simran says, my mind process is weak. I can't remember the words. Simran, you need to go here and read this. This is my article that I wrote about how to learn vocabulary better. Why are you forgetting? Why is memorizing not working for you? Go read that article. Okay? Go read that article. Okay. Wow, I'm so trying to keep up, but I can't keep up. Too many questions. All right. It happens to me that I have to explain things a lot to say something. I would like to be able to say what I'm saying shorter with fewer words. Okay, Lou, that just takes practice. That takes practice. Okay? The more you play with the language, the better you'll get in doing that. Okay? So play with the language more. Play with it more. Try more things. Eventually, you'll try one and you'll say, oh, that's the one. I like saying it that way. That's the way I want to say it from now on. But you have to try a lot. Play with the words. Use them. Play with them. Then you'll find the right ones. Okay? All right. Wow, you guys are so nice with all the compliments. I appreciate it. My daughter always says, you don't speak English with me. Yeah, she's right. She's right. All right. I'm trying to keep up, everybody. Miss War says, who can I speak English to in my country? I don't have any friends or family who speak English. Okay, so if you don't have anybody to speak English to, then you should find somebody and teach them English. Teach them. Teach them how to say hello. Teach them how to say thank you. Teach them how to say please. Teach them how to say, my name is blah, blah, blah. Teach them whatever you know, all right? And part 2, also, speaking starts with thinking. So, my question is, Miss War, if you want to speak English every day, my question is, are you or can you think in English every day? Because if you can't think in English, then you can't speak it. I speak English fluently, but when I talk, I forget the grammar and make tons of mistakes. That's okay, pal. You know why that's okay? Because life is not a grammar test. Grammar is just like your kitchen table. You have a table in your kitchen, and you clean it every day. Why do you clean your kitchen table every day? Aren't you finished cleaning it? Didn't you clean it? It's done now, right? Once you clean your table, it should be finished, right? That's how you think of grammar. But no, your table, your kitchen table, every day you clean your kitchen table. That is grammar. Work on it a little bit every day. Just like you clean your table. Don't worry about it. Just keep working on it. Okay? What's the difference between apprehend and comprehend? Apprehend is very different from comprehend. To apprehend is to take or hold someone. To be filled with apprehension is hold on a minute. Let me check on the etymology. To be filled with apprehension is to be filled with anxiety, right? You're filled with like a nervous feeling, right? So apprehension is nervousness. To apprehend someone means to hold them or to grasp them, okay? Now, it can meaning... every once in a while the word apprehend is used to mean understand, but very rarely. Why is it rare? Because comprehend is there, and comprehend is much more common and much more used, right? It's more understood. So comprehension is understanding. Apprehend, the most common way that we use it, means to hold someone or something, or apprehension, a feeling of anxiety, like something is holding you tight. Okay? If you speak by yourself, is it effective? It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Mohammed Saifullah, yes, I know you want to talk to me. I'm trying, but I'm trying to answer so many questions, so please try to be patient, okay? What does polish your vocabulary mean? Polish means work on, improve. Continue to work on and improve means to polish, okay? All right. Hello, Norman. What's the difference between assure, insure, and insure? To assure someone is to tell them, don't worry. Okay? I assure you it will be okay. Don't worry. All right? I assure you. He assured me means he told me, don't worry. It'll be okay. All right? To insure with an EN versus IN, this is the one that gets more complicated and is often mistaken. So to assure someone is to tell somebody it will be okay or to give you confidence somehow, right? But to insure with an E is like you're guaranteeing the outcome of something. I ensure that you're going to pass the test, okay? If you do this extra credit, if you do this extra homework, I ensure you'll pass the test. It means if you do this, then you'll have enough points that you'll definitely pass the test, okay? So that's to guarantee an outcome. But to insure with an I is to provide insurance coverage about something, right? You have car insurance, you have health insurance, you have house insurance, right? Those are insurance, right? So that's about property, okay? So the word insure with an I is usually talking about property or protecting a person from damage in some way or from hurt in some way. But ensure, is just to tell somebody this will be the outcome, okay? But assure is to just say, don't worry, you'll be okay, all right? All right. Hina, yes, I forgot about vocabulary. I did forget about that, yeah. Thank you, Mirza. Thank you. Okay. You don't need to have been invited. You needed to have been invited. No, those do not have the same meaning. You don't need to have been invited means you can come to this party without an invitation. You do not need an invitation. It's open. You can come. You needed to have been invited means you can't come unless you have an invitation. Okay? So the first one means anybody can come. The second one means only people with an invitation can come. Okay? It's better than nothing. Yeah, it's better than nothing. Does not more than 10 people or no more than 10 people mean only 10 people or 10 people or fewer? 10 people or fewer. No more than means 10 or fewer. 10 or less than 10. Okay? What do I think about practicing English with an AI avatar? It's better than nothing, and it's quite good, actually. All right? It might be better than practicing with some dummy, right? You can find lots of people on HelloTalk to practice with, but they might be dummies. They might not know anything. They might have bad English. They could be native, but maybe their English is not great. Okay? So sometimes an AI avatar might be better because they might have better English more consistently. Okay? What's the difference between problem and trouble? Sometimes nothing. I have a problem, I have trouble. That basically means the same thing. I have some trouble, I have a problem. Okay, trouble is not countable, problems are countable. Okay? I have many problems, I have some trouble. All right? But in most cases, that's the biggest difference, is problem is something that can be counted, right? But trouble is usually not counted. Every once in a while we say, I have many troubles. He's filled with troubles. You can, but it's not common, okay? What's the difference between misunderstand and misconstrue? Nothing. Misconstrue is more formal. 这是一样的意思，差不多的意思。我觉得 misconstrue 就是比较礼貌的 a little bit more polite or formal, not polite, formal, okay? Don't be panic or don't panic, and what's the reason? You don't need to be with the word panic. Panic is a feeling, right? It's a state, right? So when you say don't panic, it's a verb. Panic in this case is a verb where you're saying, like, don't run. Don't run, don't sleep, right? You don't say don't be sleep. You don't say don't be walk. You say don't walk, right? So in this case, panic is a verb or a state of feeling, okay? But it's a state that you can only have with a verb, an action. You're now filled with it, so it's an action, okay? Can I pronounce the words doctor, doctor, and the other word is daughter, daughter. Okay, so doctor, and daughter, Look at how big my mouth is, and look at the difference in the shape. Okay? Canada lies to the north of the United States. To the north. Very confused about this grammar. I've had this book for 3 years. Why double have there? Hanimu, I don't see. Where is, I don't understand your question. Can you write it again, please? Can you try to write it a different way? Roman says, when I write work email to two recipients, is it appropriate to say dear both, or is it weird? Yeah, you don't need to say both. You could just say dear, okay? If it's for work, you don't even need to say dear. You could just say to. It's work. Dear is a little weird to say at work. It's a little formal, right? Because dear comes from the word endear. To endear, it means to have feelings of endearment, feelings like liking. You like them. So dear is usually what we use for friends and family. It's often used in emails, but only because many people don't know what else to use. Sometimes people use dear because they don't know what else you can use. Okay? But for work, you don't really need to say dear or anything. If it's within your company, then you can say to. Okay? If it's to another company, you should find out who to address it to directly. Okay? And then name them. That's better. How do you pronounce the word literally? Literally. So, if you say it slowly, lit-er-ly. Lit with a hard T. But many words, the hard T, when you speed it up, it will become a soft D. Literally, 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 literally. Okay, it sounds more like L-I-D. All right? Oh, okay. You want to know pure uncountable nouns, not just uncountable nouns. Anne, I don't understand your question. Lots of non-native speakers say on, but all native speakers use to in Canadalized to. Yeah, it should be to, for sure. Yeah. Thank you, Pao. Oh, now I see your question. Why are there two halves here? I have had this book. Right. Past perfect tense. That's correct. So, have had is talking about something in the past that finished in the past, right? So, I have had ice cream before, right? Let's say, let me think. I have had ice cream at my uncle's house in the summer. Okay? It's not now. It's talking about in the summer, before you did something and it was finished. It's not happening now. So you have had. It's something in the past, but then it finished. That's why you need to. Okay? Neighbor wants to know the difference between the L pronunciation and the R pronunciation. This one is much easier than you think. This is for my Chinese friends, okay? 大家,你们听我。很多中国人，他们觉得那个 L 跟那个 R 就是很难的，可是就是很简单。听我。L。如果你常常说了，我去了，我看了，还是，你爱吃辣的食物吗？你爱吃辣的食物？我爱吃辣的食物。辣，这是一样的。OK， 美国我们说英文不好意思，英文我们说这是一样的辣，所以你们需要说辣还是一般的分开，你需要只有说前面的，所以你说不是辣Okay? Does that make sense? That's the L sound. Okay? The L sound in English is just like the Chinese L or La. All right? The R sound in English, the American R sound is just like the Chinese number 2. the number 2. E-R. R. R. How do you say, I drive a car? Car. R. R. It's almost the same. Okay? So, the number 2 in Chinese, just R. R. That's English. That's the R in English. Okay? The L sound is L or La. La 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 la. 一样的，差不多. Okay? 差不多. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so that was for all my Chinese friends. I hope you guys understood me. I was trying to explain how to pronounce L and R in Chinese. Okay? This room is no cleaner than that one, equal this room is as dirty as that one. Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. How do you pronounce reliability? Reliability. 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 Open your mouth more, Carlos. Why don't I say I had without have? You do sometimes, Miriam. If you're only talking about past, then you say I had. Okay? Is darling a word used by older people? It's not a common word anymore. Darling means somebody that you like or you find. It's like what we say to like children sometimes. Come here, darling, or something. But it's not very commonly used anymore, and I would be careful because I think that that's a word that many people, many women might not like it. They might think it's too formal too familiar. You know, it's like calling a girl honey. If you don't know her, not really cool. You know? All right? If you're calling some girl you don't know, hey, sugar, come here. You know? No, man. No, it's not 1945 anymore. Okay? I am finished or I am finished. And why? I am finished. If it's past tense, then finished needs to have the ED on it. Okay? Finish without the ED is present tense. Okay? Finished is a state of completion. Okay? Can I explain how to make a sentence for has and was? Okay. It could be a lot of things, though. So, was is just the past tense of is, right? So, I was, I was a young man before. I'm not anymore. Has is talking about something possession, like he has many books, he has great intelligence, he has a lot of drums, whatever. Okay? Has is talking about possessions or qualities or something that you are in possession of. Okay? Or describing the qualities of. It has many windows, right? Like the building. It has many windows, all right? So was is a past tense of is, and that's talking about a state, right? The building is very big, okay? It has many rooms. So is talking about the qualities of fact. Has is talking about the qualities of description, like has many rooms or has many windows or has a lot of this or has none of this, right? It's describing it more clearly. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I guess I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody today. You guys have too many questions. I can't finish. There's too many. Okay, let me scroll through and see how many questions I can answer here. I'm running out of time also. This idea is no more creative than that one mean both ideas aren't creative. Not exactly, no. It means that they're neither is particularly creative or more creative than the other. Put it this way, Larry, that could mean both ideas are very creative. They're both good. So if I say this idea is no more creative than that one, I could be saying, well, this idea is very good and this idea is very good. Right? Maybe you want idea A, but I like idea B. And I say, well, idea A is no more creative than idea B. They're both very creative, but I like this one, so we're going to do this one. Or it also could be you're saying both of these ideas are bad. This one is no more creative than that one. In that case, you're just saying they're both pretty uncreative. Okay? Thinking in English has to be out loud or inner thoughts, or which one is better? I think both is better, Norman. Sometimes when you're thinking with English, just think in your mind. But yes, it's very good to occasionally just think it out loud. Okay? Practice your thoughts. Practice your English thoughts out loud. All right? Uncountable nouns have articles when they are followed by adjectives, correct? Yes, but pure uncountable nouns do not have articles. Ah, right. Okay. Okay, so I think that what you're talking about I think you're talking about things like coffee, right? We're having some coffee. Is that what you're talking about, Anne? But I still don't know what your question is. I know what you're asking about, but I don't know what you're confused by. What do you not understand? Okay, as far as the had and have thing goes, okay, I'm sorry, but listen to me. Look at me right now. If you're having trouble with had and have and I had have, you need more study. You need more practice. If you don't understand something like that, it's because you didn't do it enough. It's that simple. If you do it enough, you will understand it. So, go do it more. It's not that hard. Some tenses in English are very difficult. This one is not that hard. You just need more practice. Okay? You can't become a master if you never do something, remember that. Part of mastering something means doing it a lot, more than anyone else. Are you doing it more than anyone else? Probably not. I'm no more intelligent than the next guy. So in this case, Larry, that would be like a way of saying, Nali, Nali. Okay? I'm no more intelligent than the next guy. Means like, hey, I'm not a genius. I'm just a regular dude. Okay? That's what that means. Dung Nguyen wants me to pronounce can't and can. Can't. Can't and can. There is a strong T. Now, it's very common. Many people, when you're speaking, maybe you didn't hear me and you're not sure. Did I say can or did I say can't? Guess what? If that happens to you, here is what you should do. You should do what every native does. If my father says, if I say, can you pick me up from school tomorrow? And he says, I can. If I'm not sure what he said, I will say, I'm sorry, did you say can or can't? So, repeat after me. I'm sorry, did you say can or can't? I'm sorry, did you say can or can't? I'm sorry, did you say can or can't? If you don't know what they said, then just ask. That's what we do. All right? Some grammar rules of American English I found are broken. Yeah, there are some different rules in grammar in British English versus American English. That's correct. Please explain to me the use and how do we say thanks a million? Thanks a million just means muchas gracias. That's all. Thanks a million. It just means just thank you very, 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 very much. Okay? Muchas gracias. That's all. Thanks a million. In Italian, they say grazie mille. Grazie mille. Thanks a million thanks. Okay? Just means thank you very much. All right? You are welcome, Larry. I do the best I can, but it's hard sometimes. There's so many questions. And I know everybody wants to talk to me, but I try to answer questions, you know? Govin says, while talking, it takes a few seconds to carry on the conversation. Even filling gap with fillers, it usually occurs. So Govind, you're right. Many people use fillers. And occasionally, filler words can be okay. Here's the rule, Govind. If you control your filler words, you can use them. If you can't control your filler words, you have a problem. Filler words. What is a filler word, everyone? Filler, F-I-L-L-E-R. Filler words are when you don't know what to say and you start saying things like, well, I need to go to the store, but I forgot my keys and where did I put my keys? Oh yeah, they're on the table over there. I need to those are filler words. That's a filler word. Or sometimes people use the word like. We went to the store and I couldn't find my keys when I got there, and everybody was having a panic attack because if I can't find my keys, then I will get in trouble. That's a person who cannot control themselves. They're not in control of their language. So filler words are okay if you control them, but most people do not. And so I tell you, the best filler word is this one. If you need to use a filler word, don't use don't use like, don't use man. Here's the filler word that I want you to use. The filler word that you should use is silence. Don't use anything. If you don't know what to say, just say nothing. That's okay. All right? How can I continue to speak this long without my voice getting very tired? Because I've been doing this my whole life. I've been teaching a long time. Okay? Hello, Samar. What do I think about shadowing? Shadowing is great, but shadowing means you are studying a person. That's what shadowing is. You're studying a person. You like what they do somehow. You like the way they talk. You like the way they teach. You like the way they do something. So you are studying them. That is called shadowing. It's a great method if you have to choose the right model. If you're shadowing someone who's not good, then that's not good for you. Shadow people who speak well. Don't just shadow some guy. Okay? At the beginning versus in the beginning. Lucas, those could be used. Sometimes that's just a personal choice. I could start a story. I could say, at the beginning, there were only 10 people. Or I could choose to say, in the beginning, there were only 10 people. That's a personal choice. But it depends on the context. There might be certain contexts where at the beginning is better than in the beginning. For example, in the beginning, maybe I'm talking about in the beginning of the story or in the beginning of the book, right? Yeah, but see, even that one, I could switch them. I could say at the beginning of the book. Yeah, so I think that one, without context, I can't really tell you which one should be used when. Okay? Because in most cases, they could be interchangeable, switched. Okay? What's the difference between say and tell? Yeah, so I have say is used for quoting someone. She said this, right? He said this. What did he say, right? So it's reporting general speech, okay? Without a direct object. Indirect object, right? So he said nothing, okay? But tell is what you use when you're talking about providing information to someone, right? So he told me something, right? What did she say? Now we're talking about general speech without an indirect object, okay? And it's reported speech. We're talking about reporting, to tell what did she say. He said this. It's reported speech. But tell, I told you, he told me, that's giving information. It's not reporting. It's different. Okay? I learned about the difference between when fruit has an S and when it doesn't, but I still don't really understand. Vegetables are plural, though. Right. So there are a few words in English that have a very weird rule, like fruit or fish, for example. So fish is a word, or fruit is a word that could be singular or plural, right? It is a fruit that's, I'm talking about one. Now it's singular, but it's the type of thing, so it's also plural, because it's a type, right? So when you're talking about types, that's where things get a little bit complicated. If I say, I have a lot of fruit, that could be any fruit. It could be bananas, apples, pears, grapes. Those are all fruit. If I say I have many fruits, now we're talking about the kinds of fruits. So we're talking about how many kinds of fruits do you have? So think about a store, okay? If I say this is a fruit market, it sells fruit, right? In this fruit market, you can find many fruits. Now we're talking about the kind, okay? Fruits, meaning many kinds of fruit. The same thing is true with fish. I can say, I caught many fish, and that could just be the number in general of the total number of fish. But if I say, this river has many kinds of fishes, now I'm talking about different species, different kinds, okay? So, there is a rule about this. However, I will tell you that many, many, many natives don't pay attention to this rule, don't know this rule, or they make mistakes with this rule, okay? So don't worry about it too much, but you're right. Fruit and fish, there are certain kinds of words that have a certain... It depends on if you're talking about the total number of something or the total number of kinds of something. Okay? I loathe saying like and you know, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Right. I can't seem to control my use of the filler word like in spoken English, and that's extremely frustrating. Larry, well, if you're aware of it, that's the first thing. Now that you're aware of it, now you can try to pay more attention to it. Okay? Filler words can make you sound nervous or unsure. That's correct. Right. Yes, can I send you the link of my YouTube? I can. Here is my YouTube channel. Here is my website. Whoops. No. Go back. Try that again. Here is my website. And here is my blog. Okay? Better you make the mistake of trusting us than us make the mistake of trusting you. I often see these kinds of sentences. Us is used in the sentence, right? Okay. What about it? You're welcome, Anne. Can I explain to you the 3 conditions when we use if in general? You're talking about conditionals? Are you talking about conditional, first conditional, second conditional, third conditional? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, okay. Here, I'm going to show you a great way to practice conditionals. This is a website that is free. It is called GamesToLearnEnglish.com. games2learnenglish.com, games2learnenglish.com, games2learnenglish.com. It's free. And all of these, look at this, games, 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 games. All English games. Games about weather, games about future tense, games about daily routines, games about hangman or conditionals or spelling or games about time or perfect tense. Look at how many games, anagrams, right? Phrasal verbs, adverbs of frequency, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions. Look at that, okay? So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go to conditional sentences. And I'm going to show you, look, you can start the game or you can review it first. So here's first conditional. If the sun is bright, then wear sunglasses. So first conditional is talking about real things in the real world. It's for advice. You're suggesting something to someone. If the sun's bright, put on some sunglasses. Okay? So that's first conditional. It's for real things. Okay? But then we have second conditional. Second conditional says, if I were old, then I would use a wheelchair. Second conditional is for talking about hypothetical things that are not real, but what you would do in that situation, really. Okay? So it's not true. You're not old. But if you were, then what would you do? That's second conditional. Okay? Third conditional. If I had brought an umbrella, then I would be dry. This is for things that didn't happen and an outcome that didn't happen. Right? So you didn't bring an umbrella, so you are wet. But if you had brought an umbrella, you would be dry. All right? Now, you can practice these on this website. So look, if I had brought an umbrella, then I would be dry. If I hadn't drunk coffee, then I would be asleep. But I did drink coffee, so I'm not. All right? If I had watered the plant, then it would be alive. I didn't water the plant. It's not real. It's hypothetical. And the plant is not alive. It's dead. So that's also an unreal outcome. Okay? Unreal situation, unreal outcome, third conditional. Okay? And you can play the game. Let's play the game. If the sun is bright, then wear sunglasses. If it snows, then make a snowman. If it is windy, then fly a kite. This is first conditional. Okay? All right.
If you sunbathe.
Look how easy that was. Look how easy this was, right? So there you go. There's conditionals. Every day I want to ask questions to help me improve faster. For example, how to speak English more naturally, or what common mistakes I should avoid. Mirza, if you're asking those questions every day, then you'll be fine. You just need to ask a lot of questions. Yes. Okay? Larry, okay, that's, yeah, how do I explain? Better you make the mistake of trusting us than we make the mistake of trusting you. Technically, Larry, it should be we. It shouldn't be us, okay? But in this case, they're using us because they used us in the beginning, and they're just repeating the word us, but the proper word would be we. Better you make the mistake of trusting us than we make the mistake of trusting you. That would be ultimately correct. However, in common language, I can see how someone would want to just repeat the word us because you used it in the first one. Better you make the mistake of trusting us than us make the mistake of trusting you. In that case, it's like a rhythmic, poetic feeling thing. The word us just sounds better. It's not grammatically correct, but it sounds better. Okay? And that happens a lot in English. There are many times when people choose something that is technically, grammatically incorrect, but commonly it's the way we like to say it. Okay? Jack says, teacher, the link isn't working. Jack, you have to copy and paste the link. You can't just click it in HelloTalk. You have to copy it and paste it into your browser. Okay? I did it! I answered all the questions. It only took me 1 hour and 40 minutes. But I finally caught up. I finished answering all the questions. I will talk to somebody now. Raise your hand if you want to come talk to me now. I know I took 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'm sorry. It was a long time. But how many questions did I answer today? Man, I must have answered 200 questions. A lot. That's what I like. It's my favorite kind of teaching. My favorite kind of teaching is the kind of teaching where you just throw the ball and I just crank them. Give me your questions. Boom. Next. Boom. Okay. Let's see. Do I know Professor Hilarious? No, I do not. He's one of the big three. The big three what? I've never heard of Professor Hilarious. Let's look this up. Huh? When I type in Professor Hilarious, nothing comes up. Who is Professor Hilarious? I've never heard of Professor Hilarious. He sounds hilarious. Hello, Ivan. Ivan, hello. I should say Privyet. Konnichiwa, but this is an English class, not a Japanese class. You want to improve your confidence and speak smoothly even in stressful situations. Mirza, everybody wants that. But what you're talking about is confidence. Confidence comes with experience. Experience comes to those who are willing to get it. So, if you want more confidence, you need to get more experience. That's it. Just keep doing it. Okay? I remember when I started playing drums. Okay? I remember when I started playing the drums, and I remember when I played my first show in a bar. I played my first show in a bar, and I thought, I'm a drummer now. I'm a drummer. I'm officially a drummer. And that's true. I was, but I wasn't a confident drummer. You can't become that until you've done it a lot. Now, when I say I'm a drummer, I say it with a lot of confidence because I've been playing drums more than half of my life. Most of my life I've been playing drums. So, confidence comes with experience. Okay? Confidence comes with experience. The big three, you're talking about Franklin, Roosevelt, and Churchill, and Stalin? From World War II? That's the only big three I know about. Hello, Ivan from Russia. Have I ever traveled to Latin America? I have not. I would love to, but I've never been there, no. Lynn says the professor said he wanted to talk to you. I'm confused, Linz. I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Linz? Who is the professor? Is although often used to imply that a statement is false? No. Although is just like but. Okay? It could be, if you want to say but this is false, sure, you could say although blah 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 blah. So, although is just another form of but. Okay? It's a conjunction that's used to add more information, right? What do I think of less people? Do I think it should be it should be fewer people, right? But that's another one that's very commonly misspoken. Many people will use less when they should use fewer, or fewer when they should use less, including myself. I've done it myself many times. Okay? Okay, so the professor is somebody on Hello Talk? Linz, is the professor a person on Hello Talk? And this person knows me? I don't know them. I'm very confused, Linz. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I don't know anybody on this app, really. So I don't know who you're talking about. My relationship with somebody is too complicated. Who? I don't have complicated relationships here. My relationships here are pretty simple. What does the expression no stone unturned means? It means you look everywhere. Okay? You're looking for something. And when you're looking for something, you look under things, right? Like stones, right? So you're looking under every stone to find it. Is it under this stone? No. Is it under this stone? No. Is it under this stone? No. Is it under that stone? No. So, to leave no stone unturned means I looked everywhere. I looked under every stone. Okay? How can you be a professor? Teach until they call you professor? I am a teacher. If a usage is said enough by people, then it should be correct because... So, Larry, you're right, and that is how it works. But it takes time for things to change. And it's not easy. So, for example, Larry, when I was a boy, I remember that when I was a boy, they asked you the question, how are you? How are you? If someone asks you, how are you? When I was a boy, they told us, we cannot say, I'm good. No. Things are good. People are well. So, when I was a boy, they told us, you cannot say I'm good. You can say I'm well. But guess what? 40 years later, people have been saying, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, a lot. And so now, is it acceptable when someone says, how are you, to say, I'm good? It is. They changed the rules. But it takes time. Okay? And there are some rules that they're hesitant to change for good reason. Okay? Lens, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who this person is, but I don't know them. Okay? I wasn't on the live yesterday. I missed. Yeah, some days I'm busy, guys. Some days I have shit to do. Stuff to do, sorry. Some days I have things to do. Some days I'm busy. I have to write. Some days I'm tired. Some days I need a break. Okay? And you're right, context does matter. The formality would make a difference. There are some times, if I'm in a certain place, I'm more careful with my words, right? If I'm talking to my professor from school, I'm more careful to say fewer rather than less, or less rather than fewer when I need to, right? But if I'm just talking to a buddy of mine, if I say the wrong one, I don't really care. Okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, Linz, all right. I am glad you believe me. I'm still confused. I still don't know what you believe me about, but okay. I didn't sell anything to anybody. I don't know anybody. I have only a few close friends on Hello Talk who I regularly talk to. Everybody else on Hello Talk, they're followers. I have many, many followers, but I don't know them. Okay? Let's talk to Mosharraf for a moment. I only have about 5 or 10 minutes. Mosharraf, do you want to come talk to me? No? Maybe not? There he is.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, Mosharraf. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm okay. And you are in Bangladesh, right?
Yes, I'm from Bangladesh. And you?
I'm from the United States. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, that's great.
And what can I do for you today? How can I help you? Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, I just signed up Hello Talk a few days ago. I just want to improve my English speaking, and that's why I am in this Hello Talk. And I find that you are a great in you help people who are trying to speak their English. So I'm so excited to join with you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And you want to just practice your English, but do you have any problems you want to ask me about or any questions?
I just wanted to know when I write English, I understand and I read very well. But as in our country, our first language in Bengali, so we do not. Uh, we usually use Bengali language in everywhere. That's why we cannot improve our English properly. So that's why could you please suggest or advise some technical tools so that I can improve my English, especially in speaking.
So, almost everybody, they all have the same problem. You're learning English, but you don't live in a country that speaks English. So, you think, well, this is very hard. This is hard. I can't practice. That's what you think. You think I can't practice
Yes,
because there's no English here. But you can practice. So I want to show you guys something right now. I want you to watch me. I'm going to practice language right now. Watch me. Ready? Here I go.
yes,
I'm practicing language right now. In my mind. You can think language. So why don't you? If you can think in English, then why don't you think in English? You never think in English. Everyone who tells me that they can't practice English, they don't think in English. They never think in English. So tomorrow, when you're hungry, don't think I'm hungry in Bangladeshi. Think I'm hungry in English. Tomorrow, when you're tired, don't think I'm tired in Bangladeshi. Think I'm tired in English. Change your thoughts to English thoughts. And if you don't know how to think that in English, write it down. That's your homework. Now you have something to study. You can go say, oh, I don't know how to say this in my language or in English. What is this? Oh, I know my language, but what is this? Oh, it's a microphone. Now I know it's called a microphone, right? So, speaking begins with thinking. So
yes,
if you want to speak well, first you must think well. Okay? So I live in the United States. I am learning Chinese, okay? But I practice Chinese every day because I just think Chinese. So if I make breakfast, I make breakfast, but I think about it in Chinese. If I go to the store, I go to the store just like I normally do. But when I go to the store, I'm thinking about everything I'm doing in Chinese. I don't need to say it to anyone. I just need to think it. Okay, now, I know your next question. Your next question is going to be, but if I think in English, how do I know if it's right? What if it's wrong? Maybe I'm using the wrong grammar. You're right. Sometimes you might use the wrong grammar. Guess what? I don't care. And here's why I don't care. Because learning how to think in a language is not about the grammar. It's about teaching your brain to use another language. So yes, the grammar in the beginning, maybe your grammar will be very bad when you try to think in English. That's okay. That's okay. Just keep using English in your mind. Keep using it until it becomes comfortable up here. If your mind is comfortable, then your mouth will be comfortable. But if your mind is not comfortable, then you can't speak comfortably. Okay? So when I speak Chinese comfortably most of the time. Why? Why can't I speak Chinese comfortably? I never practice speaking Chinese here, very rarely. But I practice thinking every day. Okay? So, that is the secret to any language. If you want to learn a language, you have to learn how to read and write and listen and speak. Yes. But the most important one is thinking. You must learn how to think in that language. But many, many people do not. Many people, when you learn a language, you think in your language and then translate. And think and translate, and think and translate, and think and translate. That's too slow. That's too slow. Okay? So you have to train your brain to learn how to think in English so you don't need to translate. Okay? Now, in the beginning, the grammar is going to be a little hard, but don't worry about the grammar. What you should worry about is just becoming more familiar and comfortable with English words in your mind. That's the goal. The goal is to be more familiar and more comfortable with English words up here. Okay? That's the secret. So it doesn't matter where you live. It does matter what language you think in. Okay?
Okay.
So, all right, Mosharaf, I'm going to let you go, but it was nice to meet you, nice to talk to you, and I hope that helped you, and good luck to you. Come back and see me again sometime, okay?
Okay.
Okay, take care.
Okay, thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome.
suggestion and advice.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, as far as Linz goes, I think Linz was trolling. I don't think Linz was being real. She's talking about her he. I don't know if it's a she or a he. Like I sold some medicine. I think she was trying to accuse me of selling drugs, which is like, oh, okay, I see how you are. Okay. But if you can't use a language, then you can't make a joke in that language. So if it was a joke, it wasn't funny because her English was so poor, nobody understood what the hell she was talking about. Okay. English is very easy. Okay, good for you. There's always one. As easy as Chinese, right? Yeah. I'm from Ohio. What time do I usually start the lives? Okay, again, everybody, I'm usually here Monday through Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm usually here, okay? When am I here? Sometime in the morning time, my time in the morning, okay? Sometimes it's at 9 a.m., 9:30, 10 a.m., 10:30, somewhere in that time, okay? I don't have a perfect start time because every morning I teach private lessons. Some mornings I have to make money. So some mornings I start at 9, some mornings I start at 10:30, okay? But I'm almost always here in the morning. Okay. Yeah, Ryan Gosling is here. How about that? Is this podcast about how to earn money? No. No, it is not. Okay, guys, I have been here for 2 hours and 4 minutes. I'm tired. I need to take a break. Okay? If you are new, you should follow me. I have been on Hello Talk for 12 years. I have been live streaming for 5 years. I have 84,000 followers on Hello Talk. I do live streams Monday through Saturday. I am a real English teacher. Okay? So you should follow me. Julian, you're too nice, Julian. I'm just a schmuck. But I'm a schmuck that loves to teach. What? What, Chris? Okay. I'm very confused. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay. Anyway. It should be correctly like, I don't think it's possible 12 years ago. It is possible 12 years ago. I started using Hello Talk about 6 months after they started the app. Okay? I have been on Hello Talk. Look, I'll prove it to you. I'm not lying. It's right here. Where's my days? 4,428 days. Divide that by 365. It's 12 years. Okay? You believe me. Oh, okay. Am I a Hello Talk shareholder? No, I am not. Yeah, I am not. Okay, guys, I do need to go. I'm so sorry, but I do need to go. Come back and see me again tomorrow. I should be here tomorrow. Okay? So, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening. Here is my links. Once again, here's my YouTube channel. Here is my my website. And here is my blog. Okay? Go follow my blog, follow my website, follow my YouTube, follow me here. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Thank you.